I was unsure how much I was going to post during the Olympics, if I was going to post, what I was going to post, any of those things. I know it's like 4 a.m. in the Olympics right now. I don't care about any of those things. Guess what? I'm going to tell you, I do not care. I do not care. Simply, that is all I can say, because there's no way I see a performance like that from Luka Doncic and I don't post this video right away. I don't care if it's 4 a.m. I don't care what happens to the video, the performance. Like I said, I don't care, because that is something that we need to talk about. Luka Doncic ends up dropping 48 points. 48 points. This is his first Olympic Games. This is the first time Slovenia have ever played basketball at the Olympics against Argentina. They've won a gold medal. They came silver 2 years ago in the World Cup. This is a very good team. Facundo Campazzo, Gabriel Deck, Vildoza, Scola. You've got some good players. I saw them play against Australia in the warm-up games. They were a good team. They're a good team. It's Argentina. They've got a huge population. They're a good basketball team, and they have been for a long time. Slovenia have never played in the Olympics before, and they just blew them out because of one man. That man is Luka Doncic, who drops 48 points. Did I say it? But I'm going to say it anyway. The Olympic record is 55. He didn't end up playing the whole game. He could have beat that. He easily could have beat that. Without question, he ends up scoring 48 points on 18 of 29 shooting, an efficient 48, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. If I could sum it up for people who didn't watch the game, which you have to from now on, whenever Slovenia are playing, I don't care how you get to watch the game. I'm lucky enough that we can just download an app and it's from our commercial TV or whatever. So I'm lucky for that, but I don't care how you watch it. I'm not suggesting you do anything illegal, but I don't care. Just do it, because you got to watch Slovenia play. It's that simple. You have to watch this man play basketball, because he just dropped 48 points, as I said, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. You know when you go to the park and you're playing against people that aren't very good, or you're playing against kids, which I don't know, but whatever, you're playing against kids. Say, we'll just set the scene. You're playing against kids and they're not very good, and you decide for a couple of possessions you want to try hard or whatever. They said something and you're like, I'll just post them up and then I'll just score. I'll just hit a couple of step back threes. That was Luka Doncic, except he did it a few more than a couple of possessions. He did that on about 20 possessions and scored on practically every single possession. And when he wasn't scoring, he was pretty much getting hacked. He was getting full court pressed the entire game by about 4 different defenders. Vildoza, Deck, I don't know, other people, Bolmaro. These guys were full court pressing him the entire game. He was on the court for, I don't know how many, 35 minutes? And they full court pressed him every single time he got the ball. They were pressing him whenever he didn't have the ball. Whenever he was just on the court, there was someone within an inch of him. And he still managed to score 48 points. And shout out to Slovenia, because this doesn't happen. I was wondering when they were going to double team, but the reality is Slovenia were knocking down their 3-point shots. Actually, were they? It seemed like they knocked down more 3-point shots than they did. Prepelic ends up knocking down 4 of 7. The other guys didn't actually knock down that many, but it seemed like they were knocking down their 3-point shots. Luka was making a lot of good passes. I thought Argentina would show a little bit more double teaming, but it's hard to do, because when they did come at him and they tried to trap, then he'd find an open shooter or he'd find an open dunker. I mean, it's the same things that have happened in the NBA now, just on a world stage in the Olympics against probably worse defenders. Good defenses, and it's harder to score. Don't get me wrong. It is definitely harder to score. People don't score as much as this just ever. This doesn't happen, which is why I said I'd have to make a video, but I don't know what to say. Let's just start it off from the beginning. He starts off the game, step back 3, corner 3, 3. He hits 3 threes in a row, first 3 possessions. He ends up, after 5 minutes, he'd scored 15 points. I think he'd had 3 threes and 2 and 1s. Or no, a 3-point free throw play. 3 threes, a free throw, 3-point play, and an and 1 to start the game in 5 minutes. And he hadn't missed a shot. 15 points. Ends up the first half with 31 points. Ends up with the game with 48 points. And as I said, he was grabbing offensive rebounds. He was blocking shots. He was posting up people. He was getting to the rim. He was getting hacked on so many possessions that he didn't get called for, which is whatever that happens. But the reality is he was just a different breed out there, and he continues to look like a different breed. When he puts on that Slovenia jumper, is there anyone else better in the world? No. Right now, you're going to have to prove me there's a better player in the world. Right now. Because I'm not seeing someone that's better than this. I'm not seeing anyone else that can do this on the efficiency that he does it on, the ease at which he does it on, picking the right times, when he has Luis Scola on him, step back 3, when he has someone else on him, take him into the post, hit him with a little fadeaway jump shot, or hit him with a little hook shot. It doesn't really matter. He does every single thing you can possibly do. And this isn't just a one-off. I mean, we know it's not a one-off, but for Slovenia, it's not. They beat Lithuania in the qualifiers. That's a team that's qualified only second to the US in terms of the amount of times they've qualified. They're a very good team as well. They beat them. He put up a triple-double in the qualifiers, which is unheard of. He averaged about an assist every 2 minutes in the games before that as well. In the other qualifiers, when he was playing against teams that I don't even remember because they were kind of small teams that aren't very good, but still, he was absolutely shredding them. Averaging an assist every 2 minutes. That is not a typo in my brain. That is exactly true because I remember talking about that. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I got to compose myself. In terms of other guys that impressed me, Vlatko Cancar, I was impressed with him. I liked what Toby did. I saw some of him in the qualifiers as well. He can stretch the floor. He can hit those little mid-range shots. He grabs the rebounds. Dimic as well. He's a huge unit. He was grabbing some rebounds. Slovenia have some solid players. Like I said, I thought they were hitting more shots than they actually did from three-point range. It turns out really Prepelic and Luka were the only ones knocking down consistent three-point outside shots. But they at least have some guys that can knock down shots for sure. They've got some inside presences who can rebound the ball. Defensively, there's still some question marks over this team. Let's not get carried away. I mean, I'm not putting anything out of reach for Slovenia because when you have this man, a gold medal is a possibility. Oh, but Luka Doncic isn't in the best players in the league because his team didn't make it past the first round. It's his fault that he lost to the Clippers with Tim Hardaway Jr. as his second best player. Stop it. Get help. You need help. I need help as well after seeing that. Because if he continues to do this, what do we say? He is on Michael Jordan's trajectory. I'm just going to say it right now. No one can disagree with that. Disagree with it, you can't. Because right now, he's had 5 40-point games in his first 13 playoff games. He's just come out in the Olympics, led his country to the Olympics for the first time in their existence, and dropped 48 points. Nearly an Olympic record. Beat a team that has been very good for a very long time and is still a very solid team. There's just not really anything else I can say. What else do I need to say? I mean, he made the game look easy. Did I mention that? I think I've mentioned a lot of things. Made the game look easy, posting up, grabbing rebounds, even had some defensive plays, step back threes. It's like what you've seen from Luka Doncic, but just on a different level. Because when he puts on that Slovenia jersey, he said a gold medal means more to him. The NBA was just preseason for him. Let's just face it. The NBA is a passive income for Luka. It's like, oh, this makes me some money. This is kind of a cool job to have. If Dallas wins, I mean, I'm going to try. I'll give you 40-point games pretty much every single night, and I'll try to help us win. But if we're going to play with Tim Hardaway Jr. as my second best player against Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, there's only so much I can do. But when it comes to Slovenia, I mean, I'll try just a little bit more to win, and I will win because I'm just that good. I'm just simply that good. The NBA is cool. Like, I'll drop 40 points a night. I'll be the best player in the league thereabouts at just 21. And yeah, that's kind of fun. When it comes to the international stage, we need to win. We need to win gold. Oh my God. Is there anything I missed? Who is Slovenia playing next? I'm going to find out soon. Argentina. Campazzo was good in the first couple of minutes of the game. Yeah, you're not getting anything coherent out of me after that. As I said, there were people trying to tell me you can't put Luka in that same conversation. You've got Kawhi Leonard, you've got Steph Curry, you've got Kevin Durant, you've got LeBron James and Giannis. I was seeing people say, this is the definitive top 5. You can't debate that. Debate a wall. A wall has better logic than that because you can definitely debate Luka Doncic is the best player in the world. You can debate his top 5. I mean, come on, you can do that debate. And don't ever tell me that, oh, he's not in that same tier as those guys because his team didn't make the playoffs. Because I heard that all. A lot of people are telling me, you can look back through the comments of other videos, people are saying that, oh, you shouldn't have put him in that tier. This isn't about me. I'm just saying, for any kind of excuses you want to use, when you see a performance like this, which people probably didn't see because, as I said, it's like 3 a.m. in America, but I'm going to post this video anyway. I do not care. I simply just don't care because this is unbelievable. Shout out to Slovenia as well. We've got to give a shout out to Slovenia because their team played well. Defensively, we need to improve there. In terms of if you're Slovenia, you need to improve there. There's a few gaps there. But offensively, you've got some guys who can handle the ball well. Mainly Luka, but you've got some inside presences. As I said, Toby. Dimic is an inside presence. Cancar was getting out in transition. He knocked down a 3 as well. He was impressive off the dribble. He took Scholar off the dribble on one of the plays. And he looked good. I'm excited to see what he can do in the NBA going forward. I believe he's got a decent future there. He can definitely be a decent player in the NBA. You've got Dragic, not Goran Dragic. If they had Goran Dragic, that would be cool. I wish they did have Goran Dragic. That would be something. That would be an amazing sight to see. But unfortunately, it is the other Dragic. I mean, he was okay. There was some decent performances, but at the end of the day, I mean, there's really only one man there. Prepelic ends up with 22 points, which is cool for sure. But there's one man who dropped 48 points in an Olympic game for the first time ever playing there. I think I've reiterated the same thing enough times. Just, if you get a chance, I don't care if it's 3 a.m. in the morning, set an alarm. You need to watch these games because something else.